Good morning. It's 7:26 on a Monday morning, and I will not be washing dishes today. Or I will not be washing a specific dish today. That specific dish being a little plate. It's been sitting in the cupboard, slightly dirty. Like it's got a smudge or two, or maybe like 5 little smudges on it. We have a lot of little ceramic plates, and we hardly use them in favor of disposable paper plates. And when I put the dishes away, the weight of these several little ceramic plates and the sound and noise they make is just thought-provoking, to say the least. So when I decided to carefully inspect each individual plate, I noticed that one of them already has a chip on the edge of it. The edge of the plate is already chipped. I'm like, usually that's really not an issue. It would not matter as long as it's a plate that can hold food. Why waste it? But today I would like to ask myself a different question. If I have so many little ceramic plates, is it really a waste to remove this one, this chipped one with smudges and dirt on it, from the cupboard? I was gonna say cabinet, I don't know the difference. Better yet, personally I have an aversion to breaking things, specifically things that can shatter. You know, like hardened clay or glass or a little ceramic plate. So I had an idea. Well, if I want to remove this ceramic plate from the cupboard/cabinet, where would I even put it? I guess in the pantry with the other spare silverware. We would technically still have an abundance of little ceramic plates. So, what good would that do? Well, you see, we would have one less heavy ceramic plate weighing down the cabinet whenever I try to put dishes away. All right, that's some weight taken off. And then I thought more. I thought deeper. I might just go ahead and throw this plate. Because yes, I could toss it out into the trash. Get it out of my hair once and for all. Or I could do something so radically different and unwarranted. Something so impromptu that it might just work for me. I'm gonna take this plate, I'm gonna go out to an open field with a brick wall, and I might just like frisbee toss it into the brick wall. Let it shatter. Okay, it's ceramic. It wouldn't shatter, but it most definitely would break into several pieces. And then I got a little sentimental with it because I was like, well, we've had these plates my entire life. Like, we've moved through 2 houses and still have had these plates this entire time. I remember using these plates in my childhood. So, that's the reason why I shouldn't do this. But what if I compromised? What if I made a negotiation with myself? I can keep one shard of this sentimental ceramic little plate if I like the shape of it. The shape of how it broke. Not every piece. I don't want to do that Japanese art thing where you glue it together and put gold on the edges of it that broke off and make it into a new piece of art, because that's cool and all, but that's been done. What if I just take one piece of the whole, and then, I don't know, figure out what to do with that? It might come in handy later if I get creative. And I do often get creative with the most estranged material. Hold on, I haven't finished breakfast. Now that I've come up with that conclusion, I decided, well, what's one plate loss worth if there's still a big enough stack of these plates to clink and weigh down the rest of the stack in the cabinet cupboard? Well, then I guess I will break 2 ceramic plates. But I don't think my soul would feel good. I think the act of purposefully breaking something is both exciting and a testament of my discomfort for tolerance, or a testament in my tolerance for discomfort. Yeah. Because, like, it wouldn't be a waste. I wouldn't have to be oh so careful, carefully, delicately shattering a plate. There's nothing to hold back with when it comes to purposefully breaking something. And it doesn't have to be out of pure rage. It could be simply because I can. I might want to, and so I might just will. So that's my plan. I don't think my heart can take breaking 2 plates in one day. At least not today. So tomorrow, I will break another plate. And after breaking that plate, I might just consider breaking another one. And that seems like a very, very fair and well thought out compromise. Because we don't even use these fucking plates. Yeah, some person who doesn't have enough plates might benefit from having the plates that I have, so I should be more grateful and maybe use the plates more. But listen, using the plates more only means that I have to wash it more. And when I don't wash it, my dad washes it. And we don't even use the plates. So, I have a solution. I will be exponentially breaking X amount of plates for an extended period of time. You are witnessing just one example of me in one of my most strategic, calculated, chaotic states of mind. And also, I think today is the day I get a haircut. And also, today might be the day I repurpose an old bracelet made of wire using pliers from my school. Because I don't have pliers at the moment and I'm not interested in purchasing any. I think breaking a plate could be cathartic. I don't know, breaking something on purpose doesn't even have to be a plate. It could be cathartic. Especially knowing that you have an abundant amount. That you have more than enough. And no one else will benefit nor lose in this situation. I mean, the plate might lose one day when I guess all the ceramic little plates are all dirty. I mean, and we have no more little clean plates to use. It wouldn't even be a loss because we have those paper plates that we're more likely to use anyway. Plus, even if all the little plates were dirty, it would be so many less dishes that needs to be washed. So really, it rounds out to be a win-win situation. I don't know how deep the reservoirs of repressed and suppressed emotions are within me. But as soon as that plate hits a brick wall, I'm going to find out as soon as it all leaves my body. And I'm quite excited. I've never, it's kind of my first time deliberately projecting a ceramic little plate into a brick wall. It's my first time. Can you believe it? I've broken plates on, well, not a plate specifically, but like dishes on or on accident before. And it felt miserable. I felt so sad and gross and bad because I broke something that isn't exactly mine. Or maybe it hurt even more because it indirectly was mine since I had used it. Either way, I am taking something that once felt so terrible to do by mistake, and now subverting it into a thing that might feel so great because I'm doing it on purpose. Maybe recognizing that difference is enough for me to feel good. But I think I want to see it through while I can still afford it. You know, before. I mean, really, there's no deadline to do this. But if it's just one of those things that's only on a whim, then maybe it's something I shouldn't do. I don't think it requires any more thought, though. Any more thought, and I think I would just drive myself crazy over a ceramic little plate. Shout out to Fetty Wap for not dying on a motorcycle accident. The other night, he came up on the aux. It was a pretty decent night. Like, overall, it was decent. The highlights of it were super fun. Karaoke'd in the car, performed my heart out, had some nice and dry, sarcastic conversation with old and new friends. And by friends, I mean acquaintances. Kind of. Some of them. Yeah, besides the highlights. There's kind of a lot of exercising patience and appreciating with a more open mind. Found a way to be very present in the moment without, thinking, oh, what if it could have been this way or that way? It helped me to be around other people whose thought processes are entirely different from mine. Because I didn't need to relate to them in any way. And when I don't have to relate to something, God, that's like freedom. That was almond milk, and usually almond milk is okay with cereal, but either I wasn't expecting that or it was just weird. I don't like explaining things as just weird. I think there's always something more complex behind just labeling something weird. But I mean, I gave you two options, either this or that. So technically, I did not become reductive. I learned that word by watching Harley Quinn's animated cartoon show on HBO Max, which I have finished season 2, by the way. I mean, this isn't a review, but I could make one if I wanted to. Yeah. Sarah Lynn from BoJack Horseman vaguely reminds me of Harley Quinn in their voice and their pale skin. Kind of their face. I mean, there's not too much detail, and Harley does not have brown hair or freckles. But the blue eyes and the glasses and the pale skin. The general body shape? Ooh. Oh, I've been peeking like almost this entire time. You might have noticed by my Mod2 M2 interface in the background. Thanks, school. You spoil me. And in return, I'm supposed to dedicate like 9 months of my life wholly, completely, and fully to you, as if it were some sort of religious cult. But I think that's pretty normalized in America's education system. Don't know if it's just America. I have not lived beyond American. Wait, okay, this is obvious. I don't feel like explaining this. I'm gonna get my phone because I do want to show you a thing. Please hold. I'm back. That is the 6 of clubs playing card. That's right, I replaced my Min Yoongi photo card with probably the most insignificant playing card. I would have. I mean, I have a few relationships with the number 6. Few meanings I keep for it. First being, it's my birth month, June the 6th. Not the 6th of June, but the 6th month, which is June. It could also signify love, which I also signify with Aphrodite. I don't know if those have direct correlations, but I feel like they do, so I'm going to say that they do. As for clubs specifically, for that sleeve, is that called? I don't have any notable correlations for the suit of clubs. But I did do a little research a while ago, and I found out that my birthday can be designated to the 6 of clubs. It's sort of like a zodiac sign or something. But it has its own meaning, and I read it, and I don't really care to identify it because it's really just, I mean, pretty vague and it requires you to put your... Okay, so basically its main gag is that it's about intuition and having to unlock your own powers for yourself as your own person, which is powerful in terms of individual expression. But I was kind of, at the time, comparing it to the Ace of Spades or the Queen of Diamonds, something like that. So I was pretty disappointed, to say the least. Okay, well, I do have more I want to say, but I need to take a break, and it would not feel right to just leave you hanging. Actually, maybe I will leave you hanging. You can do your own thing. If you have somewhere to be, then go be there. But I'm gonna be right back soon. So I'm back. It has crossed my mind that the Six of Clubs could possibly correlate to the Six of Cups in the tarot card deck. Still don't exactly know what that means, but you know, I can look it up. I just won't do that now. Or maybe I will. Six of Cups tarot. Upright, it can mean revisiting the past, childhood memories, innocence, and joy. And reversed, it can mean living in the past, forgiveness, and lacking playfulness. Oh shit. Okay, so they have a description of the Six of Cups imagery, which I will now be reading out loud. In the Six of Cups, a young boy leans down and passes a cup filled with flowers to a younger girl. The girl looks up to the boy with love and respect as he offers the flowers to her. Love, harmony, and cooperation, all key elements of the Six of Cups, shine through this gentle act. The young children also represent childhood memories. In the background, an older man walks away in the distance, as if to say you no longer need to worry about adult issues. Just enjoy the moment of being young, innocent, and free again. The children also appear to be standing in the courtyard of a large home, symbolizing comfort, safety, and security. In the foreground stand 4 more cups filled with flowers, and a 5th cup sits on a pedestal behind the boy. Well, I mean, that does not match the description we are being shown here, but that's okay. I mean, the picture. Oh, the meaning description is based on the Rider-Waite cards. And I guess this is not the Rider-Waite cards. Okay, Upright Six of Cups is a card that takes you back to the happiest memories from your past. Whether as a child, teenager, or young adult, you may simply be revisiting those memories in your mind, or you may travel back to your childhood home or reconnect with your childhood friends. This is a funny thing because that has been true for me. You may be simply revisiting those memories in your mind, which I do often, but still trying to figure out the difference between revisiting them and living them. I think living in them is when you actually act on the feelings you used to have. Revisiting can just be reflecting and learning from those moments and just relating to them from the place that you are in now. Maybe. I have been reconnecting with some friends from middle school and earlier of high school. I have been very close to visiting one of my old homes, but I didn't actually go there. I just went close to the neighborhood, passed by. You could go to a high school reunion or reconnect with an old buddy. A teenage sweetheart or past lover may turn up again. These connections bring you a sense of joy and happiness as you reminisce over all the fun times you had together. Yeah, I mean, they're turning up again mentally, but it's not happening, like, really. Take this occasion to explore whether you still have a lot in common and if you wish to continue the relationship now. I'm gonna say no in this occasion. After exploring what I have already up until this point, no. But if there's further exploration to take and more information to consider, then, I mean, the answer is open to changing. The Six of Cups often shows an increased level of harmony and cooperation in your relationships. Yay! I want that. I'm manifesting that. I want an increased level of harmony and cooperation in my relationships, whether that's with myself or with other loved ones in my life. You are ready to give and receive without expectation. Oh, yay! This is a really good set of words that I like to read. I am ready to give and receive without expectation. That's great. I've been really letting go of expectations a lot lately. Pat on my back, because it takes letting go of it for a long time to realize how much you held on and kept relying on expectation to make your own decisions, and that's just not healthy for me anymore. You are also willing to give each other the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I'm finding that the more patience you gain with maturity, the more benefit of the doubt you allow and offer. Having moved on from the challenging emotions of the 5 cups, true, it's time to turn over a new leaf and start afresh from a more positive place. Okay, yeah. I suppose I've been in the transition space from 5 of Cups to this 6 of Cups energy. The 6 of Cups invites you to get in touch with your inner child and experience the fun, freedom, and innocence that comes with being a young child again. My inner child thinks breaking rules, such as breaking plates, might be a fun and free experience. I don't know about innocence, but I don't know, maybe I can take back some innocence that guilt took too early on in my life. You might like to sit down with an adult coloring book, which I do have and have started. I used 2 colors, and I'm going to continue and continue. But it's gonna take a long time to even fill in between all the lines. I only do a little bit every week or so. I don't know. It takes time to do it for my own pleasure. Otherwise, it just begins to feel like an obligation, and it's like, why am I doing this if I'm not enjoying myself? I don't want to taint fun things with unwarranted sense of responsibility. That is not what I want to do. Oh, dance like no one is watching you, which I got to do last night. Play your favorite childhood games or spend more time around parentheses happy children. Childhood games. At some point in my childhood games became going on virtual world chat rooms where you got to create your own characters. And, meet other people and in their avatars and, talk and play online games in that little world. I can't really recall childhood games before that. I mean, there's card games, which I have been getting more into cards lately, by getting into, I mean, not actually playing them, but just becoming fascinated by the rules and just the cards themselves. When you give yourself permission to be playful, spontaneous, and creative, you connect more with your authentic self and your intuition. Oh. So maybe they use intuition synonymously with your authentic self, which makes me feel a little bit better about the 6 of Clubs being primarily about taking charge of your intuition. Because if that means taking charge of my authentic self, then I don't know, that means more than just the word intuition. I don't have as much connotative meaning with that word yet. When you give yourself permission to be playful. Oh, I really like the way they word these. And that's just like the way tarot is worded in general. When you give yourself permission, you realize how much allowance you take away from yourself, how much limitations you place on yourself that aren't real. I mean, they may be real to me, but it isn't true. And when people say, I swear to God, or heaven only knows, that's, the religious language of saying, this is the truth's truth, the truthiest truth, if I may. So, I forgot where that was going. I think I made my point. I just don't remember exactly what that point was, or if I actually did make it. But moving on. The Six of Cups can also refer to children in your life. It can suggest a pregnancy, perhaps twins, a birth, and siblings who play nicely together. It may also be a sign that you are about to spend more time with young children, playing, laughing, and learning together. Children are often here to teach you something about yourself and can serve as great advisors. That must be why children are finally beginning to grow on me. Yep. Somewhere during middle school and since then, I had decided that I think I despise kids. Like, in general. Children, icky little monsters. But as I begin to give myself permission to give myself the benefit of the doubt and forgive my own inner child for only doing what I knew I could at that time, the more young children become acceptable in my presence. Kids also set good examples for how to stay present, open-minded, and curious. Yeah, see, how they describe children here, is precisely why I'm finally allowing myself to, I guess, humanize kids. Like, allow them to be people, albeit little people, such little persons, but at the core, people. I think kids do set good examples for how a person should live for themselves. Not like in the sense that they need to be taken care of or that they need a parent, but in that responsibility is no weight on them. It is not synonymous with punishment, which is a lesson I am beginning to learn only now, as I am finally leaving my childhood behind. I'm only beginning to accept the treasures that come with childhood. Like, inherently. Because the treasures are material. yeah, so I don't know. I'm changing a lot, I'm growing a lot, maturing a lot. And it's really nice to reflect on. I'm sort of glad I looked up this Six of Cups meeting now. Reversed Six of Cups. It's always good to know because, not everything is always going to be upright. Your perspective comes in handy when you're able to see it beyond your own view. Okay, when the reverse Six of Cups appears in a reading, ask whether you're clinging to the past and losing touch with the present. So that's the difference between revisiting and living in the past. Whether you are losing touch with the present while you are clinging to the past. I mean, yeah, it can happen often, and you are giving up your power of your presence by doing so, and that's something that's easily forgotten when you're in that mood. And by you and your, I mean me and my moods. Reflection and nostalgia may bring up positive or negative feelings, but either way, when you find yourself wishing for how things used to be and not living in the present, you miss out on the opportunities right in front of you. It's okay to indulge in a little reminiscing about the past, as long as you understand that true and lasting change can only happen in the present moment. Oh. As long as you understand that true and lasting change only can happen in the present moment. See the Six of Cups as an opportunity to make peace with the past, so you can focus on the now. Learn from your mistakes, forgive others and yourself, and acknowledge that life is continually evolving. Let go of the past and bring your attention firmly into the present. The reversed Six of Cups may also be a sign that you have lost touch with your inner child, and life has become boring, repetitive, and stale. You might be closed off from new opportunities and gifts from the universe simply because you are taking on too much of the responsibility and heaviness that comes with adulting. This is what I was talking about. It's easy to come in and out of upright and reversed Six of Cups. But it is most important to know and remember that you can come back to upright. You can come upright again. So open yourself to a curious mind and to have fun as though you were a child again. If you find yourself saying, "Oh, but I don't have time," then make time. Play. Have some time out. Go jump in puddles or build sandcastles. The Six of Cups reversed might be a sign that you are taking a private walk down memory lane. Perhaps you are thinking about an ex, or you've even started seeing each other again, but you want to keep this information quiet. You may be reluctant to let others know that you are revisiting these old memories or relationships in fear that they may judge you. Oh, and that's all of the description we have. I have found or discovered newfound appreciation for the meaning of Six of Cups. And if Six of Cups can translate to Six of Clubs, then I guess I have also found more appreciation in that. That's why the longer this stays in here, the more neat I feel. Because Because, initially, when I was deciding on which card to replace Min Yoongi with, I was like, okay, we could go with the Queen of Diamonds, maybe the Queen of Hearts. No, not the Queen of Hearts. That's too Alice in Wonderland. Okay, Queen of Diamonds, Six of Hearts, Aphrodite, love number, maybe. Ace of Spades, or Ace of Hearts. And all of those cards, those other cards that I chose, were red. And the Six of Clubs was the only black card. So that stood out. And I do like the color red. Everything was saying to go against the one thing I did know, that this card is correlated with my birth date. All signs pointed to it, and I wanted every reason to not choose it. And I reluctantly put it in anyway. And it wasn't the kind of reluctance that you willfully accept out of your own decision. It's one that you choose to go through because of the possibility that there will be something more for you or something more for me. And in this case, I have learned information for me to apply to this thing I originally did not want to take ownership of. I did not want to possess this. There was nothing glamorous or quirky or cute about a Six of Clubs. But now that I am developing my own personal meaning for it, it's becoming mine. And because it is mine for my own reasons, it is more valuable than any other card would have been. Which is kind of cheesy. But since it's mine, then I don't feel bad. Ooh. I showed you these conversation cards. This is one that I had pinned up on this corkboard on my wall. But I switched it out for a different one because I got tired of this. I think as soon as I finished watching Harley Quinn, I was like, superpowers? I mean, that's great and all, but I'm not putting that on my vision wall. Today, it's more like shape-shifting, by the way. Shape-shifting for sure. Yeah, maybe I could shape-shift into a plant. Or a hummingbird, or a butterfly, or I don't know. I think when I choose shape-shifting, my perspective is opening up. And when I chose plant powers before, I want to say it might have been grounding that I was needing and hoping and looking for that made me decide on plants or earth powers. I also have a Capricorn rising and moon sign, which is also an earth sign. So I don't know, take what you want from that. Anyway, I replaced this superpower card with what's the most memorable historical event to you? And by historical event, it could mean like, I don't know, like a textbook history event or like my own personal history, which is how I interpreted it at first. Then I was like, wait, just as I was reading this, I was like, wait, maybe it means like the French Renaissance. What does the French Renaissance mean to me? Or what is the most memorable one? I guess it's the French Renaissance, since I just came up with it. It's mostly for its fashion and the revolution. Yeah. But if it were talking about my own historical event, I guess that is a big reason of why I have been revisiting old memories and past connections with people. The most memorable? The one that I have been unintentionally recalling repetitively lately has been a moment where I parted ways with a group of close people that I knew for a very brief moment. It was the most involved and profound goodbye that I have ever been a present participant in. Before that, I can hardly recall a time where I got to say goodbye on my own terms. Yeah, abandonment issues, am I right? Anyway, I was so determined to part with words I could mean outside, beyond heat of the moment. So I basically recited a short goodbye letter directly to them. But the parts that I keep recalling are the parts that were unscripted. The parts that I actually did write and follow to the script are the parts that I refuse to revisit or recall in any manner. Why? Oh, that's because my feelings might have been authentic while trying to express that, but the expression itself was not. The parts that I did authentically express in the present moment during that specific moment, I recall those words like I'm trying to memorize a new script. And then, in my head, I might be living in the past by saying out loud everything I think of now and didn't say then. I think that's a normal coping method. Maybe just the extent to which I do it might be a little bit much, but that's nothing to be ashamed of, so I won't be. I remember saying, no, blank is their name that I'm choosing to stick with, blank. Blank, let me speak. And then I breathed it in for a really long time. I was in the hospital. I didn't have my phone with me all week long. And I wanted to be there with you guys. Do you even want me around now? The now part is the part that I didn't say then. I just said, do you even want me around? I could have been more specific. Do you want me around the group? Do you want me around school? Do you want to see me around? Did you ever want me around? All of those slightly more specific questions might have been more worth asking, but the truth is that's not what I said. It's not what did happen. And so I'm not wishing or regretting, but I am actually considering my own part in what possibility I could have acted with. I don't know, but it's not regretful, and it's hardly even remorseful anymore, only slightly. But yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. By a lot, I mean like enough to feel the need to not tell anyone. Then again, it doesn't take a lot for me to not tell anyone something. Yeah. I don't know. I like to keep things on a need-to-know basis. And if I'm given more, then I might give back. If I receive less, then I might take more. If I take more, then I'll be less willing to receive. So that's kind of like the policies and guidelines of Reina de la Cruz. And of course, it can apply to more than just me. But I'm the one who admitted it. That was an interesting lane of thought. I'm glad we've had this conversation. It is over an hour, and while I am tempted to end the stream because my voice is giving out, I think I'm gonna do one more. And then I'll read it and then decide if I want to answer it. Okay, well, I'm reading this piece of a card that I can see, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. If you could help one person, that was one that I saw but did not choose. This one says, what was the first R-rated movie that you saw? And to be completely honest, I don't remember. I'm gonna guess that it might have been the first 50 Shades of Grey movie. But I don't think that was the first R-rated. I think that was just the first overtly sexual one. So, I don't know. It was probably some comedy movie. Probably like a Seth Rogen movie. Maybe. I don't know. That one was kind of lame. I kind of wish I pulled the if you could help one person one. Oh. This one I'm going to read and not answer, because I think it would be more interesting that way. If you could escape for a day where no one could find you, where would you go? I think about this on the daily. On the daily. But it isn't hard to find a place where no one could find me. I think it would require someone to actually be looking for me. And that's different from wanting to know where I am. Wanting to know where I am, it requires a lot less effort than it takes to actually be looking for me. But if you're not looking for me, then I mean, I could disappear wherever I am. I said I wouldn't answer this, and technically that's true, because I didn't say a place. But, okay. Well, this is fun. Have a good day, singular viewer. Goodbye.